I think we did it. We did it. All right. Hey, y'all. I'm super like amped. We just had our Keto Academy, the largest keto education and just wellness education event ever. And it just got over with a few hours ago. And so as a host, I get all excited. I get fired up about this information. So I want to take a few moments and really explain the differences of fat loss and versus weight loss, because a lot of people like in some ways they're like, you know what I mean, right? People are like, I just want to lose this, but if you don't do it properly and you lose weight and don't burn fat effectively, you actually get worse. You set yourself up more for failure. So I want to kind of really define the differences, but also we found basically the best technique to be able to become a really good fat burner and maintain good weight, meaning maintain muscle and bone and hair and skin and like stay healthy basically. And therefore you can maintain it. If you don't do that right, like if you know anybody that's done like really quick in the chat just for fun, you know anybody that's done like 2 shakes a day and a reasonable meal? What's up, Derek? You ever know anybody that's done injections and they're doing super low calorie diet? Or people that do, track their numbers, or the processed meals that people make and they eat. And they're basically in low calorie, but they lose a bunch of weight. They lose a bunch of weight. But what they didn't do is solely lose body fat. They lost weight, they lost muscle, they lost the good stuff too. And that's why they gained it all back. People go, what happens when I stop? I gain it all back. Well, if you do this plan, you won't have that problem. That's not the problem at all, because you're going to maintain metabolism, actually improve metabolism is our goal. You're going to lose, the scale will move because you're going to be burning fat efficiently, but also you're going to learn the behaviors to create the lifestyle that is going to be sustainable. So that's what I love so much about what we learned today and yesterday at the Keto Academy. If you are currently with us and you saw the Keto Academy, I'd love to know one of your takeaways of it. I'm actually drinking a Keto Pro right now. It was pretty amazing. I mean, I'll give you a couple tips and then I'm going to get to the meat of this. One, I didn't know this, but moms go into ketosis for the baby when they're pregnant, even if they're not doing a ketogenic diet. I thought that was really cool. Like, it shows you the power of what it does for brain health and brain development. Another good one was I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh, one of my other favorite ones is that the key to not like in the holidays, it's not actually the metabolism of people that cause to gain weight. It's people that do spontaneous activity. It's probably why I've been low carb and I do a lot of spontaneous activity. I've been keto friendly and do a lot of spontaneous activity. Can you help me how to reduce my weight? Well, I actually cut part of my thumb off a few days ago, and I actually lost weight when I cut my thumb off, but that's not the weight we want to lose. And then people go, Dustin, you know what I mean? The reason why this is such an important topic, and if you really want specific advice from me, just hit me in the chat or hit me a private message, especially on Instagram. But here's the reality is that people judge their success based on the scale. But if, let's say that I take somebody and I would drop them down from 250 to 200 pounds, right? They're happy as ever. They'll pay you anything, all this money. But if you don't do it properly, that person will gain their weight back and often more. And that's why this matters so much, because at the same time, I watch coaches and trainers out there that are not necessarily understanding this very well. And they get paid a lot of money to help people get that one result. And then that person fails and then they feel like they're a failure. But the reality was from the very beginning, they never were set up for success. I worked with an actor one time, and true story, they had to lose 30 pounds in 10 days. And the most I ever lost was 30 pounds in 8 days. So I know it's possible, but that's not good. It's not healthy, right? And now it wasn't about health for them. It was about a movie. It was about, it was about their life, their career. But at the same time, it was like, I realized that's not where I want to be. But that's what women do getting ready for a wedding. They do the same thing. They go to such an extreme that when their wedding's over, they blow up like a balloon. So if you want to burn fat and ultimately change your life forever, I have a recipe for that. If you want to lose weight, I'm not solely just weight. I'm not the person for you, by no means. I can cut off a part of my thumb, and not recommended, by the way. Brown fat, baby. Yeah, that's another big tip. Brown fat. You want more brown fat than white fat. Brown fat actually is really good for your metabolism. It actually means it's a positive thing. White fat, bad fat. That's the juicy stuff on a steak, right? You can eat the white fat. You just don't want it on your body, right? You want it on somebody else's body. All right. So here's the deal: fat versus weight. Okay. So the most important thing when you're looking at fat loss versus weight loss is number one is you have to be in the fat burning mode. You have to be able to maintain metabolism. And how do you do that? Well, first thing is you do have to eat enough food. You would want to be in ketosis, right? That's why we use this amazing product. You want to be in ketosis because what that does is ketones protect the loss of muscle mass. It preserves muscle tissue, which is a hidden secret of this whole journey. If ketones are elevated, but doing it through a ketogenic diet, it's hard because you have to have enough protein, you have to maintain a high amount of ketosis, and you have to maintain enough calories to maintain muscle mass. Most people can't do that very well. So when you supplement ketones, what happens is that you bring your ketone levels up. You're able to get a close amount to your protein. You don't have to be perfect on the ketogenic diet. You preserve muscle tissue, and your calories can come down so you can start to burn off more fat, and you can preserve it all. Okay. The other thing I would tell you to do is that's number one. So protein and ketones, you need them up. High protein, high ketones. This is the secret. Okay. Number two, most important thing is physical activity. You want to be able to be physically active. The more that you can move your muscles, the more they'll stay, right? The more that you don't use them, the more you lose them. Don't want that. That's number two. Number three, really important thing is you want to use fasting strategies to metabolize and burn fat more efficiently. Okay. It's also healthier for you. So we do a lot of intermittent fasting. Right now, we're running this huge beta test program. It's an iFast with ketones. It's unbelievable. And so you can do iFast with ketones. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to be in a fasting state. In your eating window, you're going to eat at, let's say, noon and 6 p.m. You're going to eat your calories. You're going to eat a substantial amount. You don't want to eat little amount. You do want to eat food, high quality, protein priority foods in the fasting windows, and you're going to do that 5 days in a row, and then we can cycle on and off. You want to cycle on and off. That's number four. You want to cycle on and off. Why is it important to cycle on and off? Is that you want to have calorie confusion. You and metabolic, your body's metabolism should be able to fluctuate, right? So I still might stay low carb or fat burning conscious on my days off, but I don't want to be in deprivation. I don't want to be just a low calorie all the time. I want to fluctuate my calories. I fluctuate my calories usually 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. And the reason why is because it's good. And you're allowed to feel like you can indulge and you don't feel in deprivation all the time. And this is a mistake that bigger people make that are heavier. They don't think of themselves as an athlete. They think of themselves as a heavy person. They think about, I got to cut, I got to stop, I got to stop, I got to stop. And you're right. You do have to stop a lot of the crap, but you can't stay in the deprivation forever. You can't just go to the gym 6 times a week and just not eat food. You will fail long term on that. Yes, you'll probably be in deep ketosis if you do that way, but you will ultimately fail on your long term results. So that's the secret. Weight loss is basically eat whatever you want, just don't eat enough. Basically, this is the idea of what people have been teaching weight loss for a long time, and it just doesn't work this way. Is stop eating so much food. Number one, stop eating so much food. So eat less, exercise more. That's the simple recipe for weight loss. The problem is if you don't have adequate amount of protein and you don't have adequate amount of ketones, what are you losing? Most people start to lose and break down their muscle system. They break down the metabolism. They slow down. They're actually not as efficient. And therefore, when they start eating again, like a normal person, because the holidays came, they gain all their weight back and some because their system's slower than it was before they started. So this is the biggest problem in our country. This is what constantly messes people up. And yet if I just basically sold, you can just sell weight loss and make more money because people, all they care about is the number on the scale that they constantly fail on. Like we got to stop the mundane. We got to stop the craziness. It is absolutely crazy that that's how we think. So my last recommendation is that when you analyze your progress of your fat loss versus weight loss, is you want to focus on performance more than the scale. The scales definitely should be a factor. You should use it. It should be one of at least 6 measurements, 5 measurements minimum, 10 better. Meaning that if you did a mile run or a mile walk, a 5-mile bike or a 5-mile sprint, you could do your weight is one. You could do body composition, which most people won't do, not accurately at least. You could do a push-up challenge. You could do a step challenge. You could do a burpee challenge. You could do a plank challenge. What you want to do is you want to do other performance indicators of how you're doing, because after you start the program, with us, this is what will happen with a normal program. you'll start to feel better and proud of yourself because you're going to lose weight. Okay, scale's moving. There's your one indicator. The scale's moving, so you're gonna feel a little better when the scale starts moving. The problem is that if you go to the gym as you start working out, or if you start being active, you're not going to see any or much improvement in any of your physical activity because your body's in deprivation. Okay. So what's going to happen with our program is you're going to start feeling better. Your energy's going to be up, your focus is going to be up, your mood's going to be up. You're going to feel great. You're going to turn into a fat burner. You're going to start sleeping really, really well. You're going to get healthier. You're going to look younger. That's all going to happen very quickly in those first 30 days. But here's the coolest thing is as that waistline starts to shrink and your body starts to get healthier, here's what's going to happen is your performance is going to go way higher. You set a higher standard. This is the way that you maintain it, meaning that if you're used to walking 5,000 steps a day, you'll start walking 8 or 9 or 10,000 steps a day naturally. You'll do it without even thinking about it. You're creating what you want, right? If you're doing some push-ups, you're going to go from 10 push-ups to 20 push-ups. If you're doing a mile walk, you're going to walk it in 23 minutes and down to 16 minutes. Everything's going to improve. Which one's more likely to sustain? When you're performing better or when you just lost weight? When you perform better, that's the thing that's going to stay. And that's why what we do works so well and why we've seen people's life change as long as they commit to that. So super excited. Dustin, hey, does drinking Keto Pro with water break your fast? Nope. I'm doing it right now. Actually, Dr. Ryan just did this. They actually tested Keto Pro with like a no carb or low carb or sugar-free almond milk and coconut milk. And even then it didn't break the fast. So you kind of have to define what your meaning of fasting is. Based on our programs, we look at fasting as we don't want to spike insulin or glucose is what we want to do. We want to keep it at bay. And Keto Pro, even in some liquids, doesn't break that. Although I try to reduce any type of external calories outside my eating window, so I try not to do it. And that's just because I'm just anal. But for most people, I tell them don't even think twice about it. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy it. Intermittent fast when you can. So hope that answered your question, Crystal. Keto up for breakfast. Yeah, I do my keto nap for breakfast. I have up. I like up as I do that on the go from time to time. But last thing I want to say, what's up, Tim King? Last thing I want to say right now, I know it's late. I had to do this live. I've been wanting to do it. Is that we just launched our exclusive beta test promotion. We have a promotion for on the honor of the largest education event in the world. We have a discount code for people that want to do our iFast with ketones with us, and so it is by far the best deal. It's like one package that you get for less than $8 a day. The other one's less than $10 a day. And the one that I recommend is less than $13 a day, which is huge. And basically gives everything you need to control appetite, hunger, mood, feel better, focus, muscle preservation, feel strong, and transform your life and transform your body. With that, you get coaching, you get guides, you get recipe ideas, you get everything that you need and education to go along with it. And right now we have a discount code. So if you're following me, hit me back and let me know if you want to take access to it. It's a limited time. It's Thursday, sometime during Thursday, it's gone. So we have a small window that we can use it in. But if you're following somebody else that had you follow me, meaning that if somebody had you follow me, get back to them and grab this. It's a stupid killer deal. And it's a better deal than anything I've ever seen on the market. And so I'll end it with this, is that this is my year. If you're a fitness professional, I'm doing my best to probably target you all more. What I realized by fitness professionals, they have a lot of small voices, but they never unite their voice. And what I want to do is try to unite the voices of the fitness professionals. And it really helped them understand that we're better together. We all want the same thing: eat high quality foods, move your body. The problem is people have life, and it gets in the way of the whole thing. So if you're a fitness professional right now and you really want to help a lot of people make a big impact, like, let's talk. Seriously, let's talk. There's a way to do that. And also for you to make actual income that you can live off of while you do that. So, but what's really important out there is there's programs out there. I'm not going to name names. That's not my job. That's not what I want to do. It's not to try to tear somebody else down. What I'm trying to say is that there's, in my world, there's things out there we should not. They just shouldn't be legal. They shouldn't be legal. We shouldn't be allowing to sell them. And these programs cost $5, $6, $7, $800. They cost a month, $1,000, $1,300 a month, and they scare the shit out of me. I mean, it's just like it legitimately scares me that when I see what's in them. If you've studied the human body at any capacity and you see, I'm like, how does people stand behind this? How does it even get to this point? And these are the things that people are using every single day. People that are low income, high income, all incomes, all races are using this stuff. And I'm like, and these companies are billion-dollar companies, and they're horrific. They're horrible. And so we really want to teach people how to elevate their health and life through the right products and supplements. We also want to teach people um, real food choices. Like, let's make good choices. I know you're not going to be perfect, and I don't expect that, but we can be better. And we have to supply the right nutrients and food to our body. And if we don't, it's gonna cause havoc, and you're gonna be in this vicious cycle, and you're gonna come back to us someday because we're the only company out there that does it this way at this scale. Yeah, you can hire one person one-on-one and be accountable. That's gonna cost you 10, 20 grand to do that. Or you can come work with us for half, a quarter of the price of most other all these other programs, and you're gonna get all the coaching, all the guidance, all the support, everything you need, plus the products to help change your life forever for a fraction of the cost. And so, because cost being a big objection for everybody nowadays, for every little thing, you just kind of we got to start looking at where we're putting our energy and our resources and our money towards, and decide what is the thing that we need the most. And at the end of the day, 70 years old, 80 years old, 90 years old, sitting in the rock chair, what do you want more? You want a couple things. You want more time with the people you care about, and you want more life to live. You want to have vitality. Those are always the most important thing. And then you can throw in some finances and throw in some other things, but that's what people want the most every time. And I've been there and I've watched it now for 46 years. And what are we going to invest in? We got to start investing in ourselves, in our health and vitality. And this is what I'll tell you is that if you do your education and you do your homework, invest in this program, because it's the only program I've ever found that's backed so world renowned by all these experts and scientifically concrete with the testimonials forever. You just have to commit to the program. Don't expect to lose 100 pounds in a weekend. People have the craziest mindsets of what they expect to happen. Know that you're on the path to better and on the journey to better. And if you don't quit, it'll change your life forever. So, oh, that's good. You're on the path to better. If you don't quit, you'll change your life forever. That's another good quote. Y'all, I have to roll out and put the kids to bed. I appreciate you all and everybody that participated in Keto Academy. Thanks for all the support in that program. It's an amazing program. But remember, get back to whoever has you follow me, or if you're following me, get back to me. And let's change lives. Like if you're a fitness professional, let's work together, because we're in this together. Yes, we need to move our body. Yes, we need to exercise. Yes, we need to eat whole foods, but we need to help people. And science is going to have to play a role in that. We just got to bring it all together. So with that said and done, I hope to hear from some of you. If not, I hope to see you guys all in our amazing group. What's up, Michelle? You guys, everybody give Michelle a big fit out. She's an unbelievable CrossFitter out there in Mexico now, from Canada. Just an unbelievable athlete, strong and super cool. So Michelle, we haven't talked in a while. We got to get on with John, you and me, and talk strategy. So that said and done. Heavy, hey, even 60-year-olds want that. Yes, on Peg. Everybody wants better. Everybody wants better. Sorry, TikTok's over here by himself. I was TikTok's like in another place over here. I feel bad for TikTok. Love you guys there in TikTok land. Come visit me in the other channels. I'm actually been doing a lot of fun things. So looking forward to 2023. Hope you guys all have an amazing new year and make 2023 better. Just remember, it's not over, and just strive for better through this year, because our world needs us to step up and be better. Our kids need it. Our families need it. And yeah, listen, it's not going to be simple. It's not always going to be easy, but I promise that we're better together. So that said, I'm out of here.